If you have not watched Tony and Mykelti Padron's latest interview they done with Pop Psych, please go watch the interview after you watch this video, of course. I will link the full interview in the description below so you could go watch it. You could go support, subscribe, follow, like, comment, all the things. Pop Psych is a pretty popular channel when it comes to sister wives, commentary, talk, and all the things. Pop Psych is a licensed psychologist, I believe, and they give their commentary on this show. This is their wife. Pardon me, I do not know their name because I don't follow that closely, but I do know they're a very popular YouTube channel when it comes to sister wives talk. And I know that because Reddit, okay? I go through Reddit and I read all the commentary, all the feedback from Sister Wives fans, and that is exactly how I stumbled across this interview. I did take some notes, just a few pointers so we could discuss, and like I said, go click the description below this video, go watch the full interview, come back, comment your takeaways from it, and we'll discuss further. When asked how they were liking living in North Carolina, they absolutely love it. They love North Carolina, the weather. They said the people are really kind. They don't judge you or judge them from their background and all the things. And I liked this interview specifically because they pushed for answers. This was a good interview. That's why I'm covering it. That's why I'm suggesting you go watch it. I give credit where credit is due. This was a really good interview. Now, the lady asked, the wife said, now, y'all said it was Tony's chess career. Was that a real reason or was that just a lie? Y'all, listen to the answer. They was dancing around the answer to that question, Tony's chess career. Tony says, well, I just think, in my opinion, that Charlotte is the chess hub. That, in my opinion, is the chess capital. And I thought it'd be cool to move here. So, basically, there was no career, in my opinion, just a pipe dream. I'm just saying, that's my opinion. One huge topic they talked about was Mary. Oh, yes, they pushed. Why is the reason you don't like Mary? Like, we've all heard tiptoeing. We've all heard little, skimming the surface of why you don't get along with Mary. But why do most people in this family not like Mary? And Mykelti said, oh, I'll tell you why, and I'll give you some examples. And she did. Oh, she gave quite a few. And not only that, she said Mary's food is disgusting because she was talking about some kind of incident where Mary grounded her, specifically targeted her, and would punish her for things that other people done, and would make Mykelti like basically bow down and kiss her ass. Mary would do that. And Mykelti said she would do that to everybody. But Mykelti said that her food is disgusting. It was not good. She said she's mean, hateful, blames everybody, and always plays the victim, and went further to say she was a horrible parent. Y'all, she spilt the tea, and you could tell. She does. I told y'all, there's something deeper behind the reasoning of why they don't like Mary, and I'm glad Pop Psych's wife pushed on that. Because she said, look, now in the book, Christine told some story about nobody liked me, or y'all didn't like Mary because you stole some candy or didn't pay for some candy or something. I know that wasn't it. So what's the real reason? Shout out to this interview. I'm serious, y'all. It was good. That's when she went into detail and said, look, it was a lot of different reasons. Okay, it was a lot. Let me give you one example. But there was many more. Okay, we could be here all day. Basically, is what Mykelti was saying. So Mykelti is saying and standing firmly, Mary is a hateful, mean lady. And her food is nasty. Ooh, cha. And then they switched gears and was talking about Cody. Tony specifically said he likes Cody as a guy, just not a father, really. He said he just makes bad decisions. He goes further and to say he's a really cool dude, and what fans don't realize is that they actually know Cody in real life, and we just see a portion of it. They said we don't know what or how he really is. We just know what we see. So technically, we can only judge what we see. He said, but him as a human, he's a really good guy. He's a cool dude. He would love to be friends with him, hang out with him, talk to him, and all the things. They spoke very highly about Cody, and I was cracking up because Pop Psych's wife was just sitting there, and she's like, look, I'm just not going to say anything. Oop, I had to cut my volume back down. That was my husband that texted me. But anyway, she said, I'm just not going to say anything because I'm just not a Cody fan. I don't like how he talks to people or how he's treated people, so I'm just not going to say anything, and I mean, I'm just not. Now, Mykelti says that she doesn't judge anybody for having an opinion on Cody, but she doesn't want people to bash him to her, meaning like saying, well, you shouldn't like him because of this. Why do you talk to him? Because he's a shitty father. Basically like that. But Mykelti said, no, it's fine. You're allowed to have that opinion. That's fine. Like, I get it. So then they switched gears to Special Forces, and they was like, look, I've got to point it out, and I've got to ask, because dude seems to be in, like, really good shape on Special Forces. All they talk about is his six-pack abs in this show, his pecs, and, his health regimen and all this. Basically, it's dude on steroids. And they was like, oh, no, but he is really pro supplements. He has a blender where he takes all the protein, the vitamins, all the collagen, all the creatine, all the powder, all the things, okay? He does the lemon water. He is very, very mindful of what goes into his body. And Mykelti said he's always been like that. She said this isn't nothing new. But they was basically asking, like, why is he in such good shape right now? And does his anger stem from basically being on steroids? And she's like, no. I think the anger stems from, just the last few years, marriages falling apart and bad things, happening. And it's just a natural human reaction. Then the gears have changed. They was talking about Robin. They said, okay, we're curious on where you stand with Robin now. We know recently or the past year, whatever, you said that you don't really have a good relationship with her. How is that? Where does that stand? Mykelti said, well, I mean, we didn't cut off each other. We didn't cut off communication. She spoke very highly of Robin as well. She said she still communicates with Robin, just not as often as she used to. She said she was just trying to figure out where her mentality is and her opinion on Robin. This is where it gets interesting. This is where Pop Psych, the psychologist, is where they get deep. And I appreciate it. As a commentary channel, I really appreciate this deep dive interview. Because Mykelti states that she was trying to figure out her own opinion of Robin. She had to separate herself basically from being the family mediator. She was always trying to get the family together and fix things and all this. So she was trying to separate herself. She said she didn't know if she could trust Robin because she was trying to figure out if when Robin entered the family, if she targeted Mykelti, if she manipulated her on purpose, if she saw her as a scapegoat, if she saw Mykelti as an easy way to get in the family. If she got in good with Mykelti, she could get in good with Cody. This is what Mykelti was saying. I'm glad she opened up more and went into more detail about things. I really am. And I think it's because it was Pop Psych doing the interview and knowing that he is a licensed psychologist, a licensed mental health professional. She knew that. So I believe she felt safe enough to open up more. This was a good interview, y'all. She then said that she knew that Robin was a good mother. She said that Robin was the best mom to her. She said that she knew she saved her. Mykelti said that she might not be here today if it wasn't for Robin. She said she was in a very dark mental place and Robin saved her. So she said she'll forever be grateful for Robin for that. Pop Psych kind of, not interrupted, but intervened and said, well, what you're saying is That's the truth, you know, that Robin saved you. Robin was a good mother. She had good intentions, clearly. So what's this whole thing about trust and you don't know about her manipulating you and all this? Mykelti basically breaks it down, said this because all I hear and what I've been told. I told y'all. Headlines, creators, fans, viewers alike. Everybody that puts out these random wild speculations needs to be mindful that they're actual people, like kids, reading this stuff. And when you're talking so negatively and hateful about them and their family, they go to read that. Garrison Brown isn't here anymore, and his sister Maddie said it was because he would go on social media, get in a bad mental space by comparing his family and himself to other people and the headlines. It's very toxic. That's why I'm going to continue to do these videos and talk about these topics. It don't matter if my pay is slipping tremendously like it has been. I believe I'm doing this for the greater good, and I'm spreading a good message that needs to be heard. Just be mindful what you say. Stop blaming, don't say like, oh, they don't want nothing to do with you. They manipulated you. And don't say that. Like, that's mean, in my opinion. And I'm sure I'm guilty. I'm sure I've said something like that before, that Robin manipulated Mykelti. I don't recall me ever saying that. I probably did. Probably. I mean, because it's obvious. But this, I'm glad she spoke on this, okay? I don't know how else to put it. I'm glad she spoke on it, because that made creators like myself, I can't make other creators change the way they do things. But it's making me rethink how I word things and my content, stuff like that. So shout out to Mykelti and Tony for sitting down with Pop Psych and his wife and doing this interview as a commentary YouTube channel of this show. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, I will link the interview in the description below this video so you could go watch it in its entirety. Let me know what y'all think about this interview in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you for watching. I'll see you in my next video or in the comments below.